Oun Abbas here from SecondsOut, here with the world champ, the IBF WBA super lightweight champion of the world, Josh Taylor. Josh, how you doing?
Yeah, good mate. Fight week now, so getting pretty. Usually, I'm pretty bored of all this now. I just want to get in there and do the action, but yeah, it's part of the job, so got to do it. Unfortunately, the most talking part of me is out the way now. I just want to get in there and do the action and fight, and sick of talking about it. I just want to get in there and and do the damage. I want to go in there and do the business now. So yeah, we're getting there. It's a couple of days away now. So yeah, feeling good.
Firstly, I just got to say you're looking very, I'd say caramel. I've met you before. You've been a little bit, a few shades paler than this. You're a bit caramel. What's changed?
I'm usually pale blue. So yeah, I've been going on a couple of 10-minute holidays, to the sunbeds. Well, it was though. I come back from Fuerteventura, had a good tan, felt good, and being in the sun, that feel good factor, So I come back a couple of weeks and I was back being blue again. So I thought, no, I want to keep the tan, so I'll keep it up. So I'm feeling good, fight good. So part of the process, feeling good process. So yeah, it's method in the madness to look in this sort of caramel mahogany, you could say.
Last time I saw you, there was a few different things that have happened since then. Mckay Global, top rank, Ben Davison. First of all, Mckay Global, just talk to me about that one.
Yeah, just obviously I was moving on with my career, and Mckay Global were the obvious choice. I see what they've been doing with other friends in the game. What they've been doing since they moved on and being a part with MTK. They've just been nothing but praise for them, and happiest they've ever been, and no stress and this and that. So it was an easy choice, and since I've been on board with them, it's just been plain sailing, and I'm so happy. So yeah, it's been brilliant, it's been amazing. They're brilliant.
Talking about top rank, they've got some big names. You look at Lomachenko, Tyson Fury. How great is it for yourself to be amongst that company? You're a world champion yourself. You're rightfully a world champion. Being amongst the Tyson Furies, Lomachenkos, how great is that?
Yeah, it's good under the same banner. I think it's the best banner in the business. The biggest, certainly the biggest anyway. Gets the biggest audience. And it taps into my US fan base as well. Now I'm going to be shown on Top Rank, ESPN. So yeah, it's going to be, all my fights will be getting shown in America now, so it's tapping into my American fan base and make myself a bigger name, a bigger star, and it's going to be makes it easier for these bigger fights to happen as well. So yeah, I can't wait.
Josh, I want to ask you actually, I was going to ask you about your fight going into that question, but going off what you're saying, you're talking about your fan base in America, but do you feel like somebody who's a great boxer, been in some great fights, especially the last 4 fights, you hold 2 of the 4 belts in the world. Do you feel like you get the recognition in your own country, in Scotland? Because when I look at Scotland, Andy Murray, there's Chris Hoy that get these sort of names. Do boxers just generally not get the name in Scotland?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I am pretty well known, to be fair. Everywhere I go, I'm always getting stopped and asked for photos and this and that. And people wishing me well and everything. So I am pretty well known. But it's known to the wider sort of public, probably not. Yeah, so I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's boxing, or I'm not getting the coverage or whatever, the media sort of attention or whatever. I'm not sure. But to be honest, I'm not really bothered. I'm not bothered at all. I actually quite like living quietly. So yeah, it's quite nice.
Teamed up with Ben Davison. I see him there with his hair done. He's always got his hair on point. Do you take hair tips off him?
Well, I'm going bald just about, so to be the wrong kind of guy to get hair tips off. This is the longest it's been in 6 months. So I've been doing COVID cuts and getting skinheads.
Let's talk about teaming up with Ben. We know that you were with Shane McGuigan. Obviously, things fell apart and you went with Ben. There was another trainer that you were talking to at the time, Adam Booth. How come it didn't work out with Adam, if I can ask?
I just clicked straight away with Ben. As soon as I had a couple of sessions with him, we were clicking straight away. And I had booked in with Adam Booth as well, so I thought, go and see what it's like. Don't close that option while it's there. So I wanted to leave all my options open, and I went and had a week with Adam as well, which was very good too. Great coach, and we spoke a lot about things, and he's very knowledgeable, and he's got great fighters in the gym as well. So yeah, it was quite a good couple of choices. The 2 coaches that I sort of chose to have a trial with were good choice, but I think I've made the right one, and the right one for me. Going with my gut instinct, and my first choice, Ben. You know, it's been great. You know, and no looking back. So yeah, it's good.
Let's talk about your opponent, Apinun Khongsong, a name that I've heard of before this fight. I think his name was sort of being thrown about a couple of fights ago. Do you normally look into your opponent, or do you just leave it to your trainer to look into him, or you just do the business on the night?
Yeah, he was a reserve for the Baranchik fight in the WBSS, but I never took anything of it. You know, I never took any notice of it. Obviously, since I've watched him a bit, I've watched him quite a bit. His videos of him fighting, you know, he's very strong. Definitely got power in both hands. You know, quite good timing, ungamely kind of, unrhythmic kind of bounce, off rhythm bounce. You know, it's kind of quite hard to time. So we've got 12 rounds. It's a long time to be in there, and it's a long time to be in there with somebody that's world class and been there and done it and wore the t-shirt now. So he'll be nervous. He'll make mistakes. And when he makes mistakes, I'll jump on him.
Normally, going off your last 4 fights, you had that big incentive of the World Boxing Super Series. You had that last fight with Regis Progress, which was massive. Then you've sort of been out for a couple of months, like a lot of boxers have. You come into a fight with Apinun Khongsong. It's a motivation for yourself, that Jose Ramirez fight, that you win this fight, the next fight has to be that unification clash.
Yeah, I think so. You know, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about Saturday night. This guy's standing in my way. He said it there as well. He's coming to knock me out. So that's what he's coming to do. So it's a dangerous threat. He's a world title challenger. So it's his big chance to change his life. Have 3 belts. You know, unified champion. So he's going to come in and give it his all. So I need to focus on Saturday, and I think it's going to be tough. You know, so we're going to ultimately. I think I'm going to win the fight, and I think I'm going to hurt him and get him out of there. But we just need to wait and see how it comes. You can never tell until that first bell rings.
Just last 2 questions from myself. Just talking about Ramirez, I don't want to talk about your fight with him, but I want to talk about his fight that he had with Victor Postol just a couple of weeks ago. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it was okay. You know, he got the job done, which was good. I thought I scored the fight a draw myself. Victor Postol ran away with early rounds, first half of the fight. I've never really seen too much different from what Ramirez has always done. So yeah, not much really. Never took much from it. Got the job done. I do feel he can perform better than that. Given that, you know, he had 3 camps to try and peak for this fight. You know, with 2 fights getting cancelled and things like that. So I do believe he can perform better. But ultimately, I've never seen anything different from him. So he's a very good fighter, a very good champion. But I was happy with what I saw.
This final question, a big fight with 2 of your stablemates, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, has been scheduled. What do you make of that fight? How do you see that fight playing out? Who wins?
I think Lomachenko wins that fight, just on his skill set and experience. 2 are very good fighters, very skillful fighters, but I think Lomachenko's schooling, you know, his technique, his timing, you know, everything about him is just like, how can you prepare for someone like that in sparring? You can't. You know, there's no one else that does it like him. So I think Lomachenko wins that one.
Cool, Josh. Just good luck for your fight on Saturday night. Hopefully, you know, we see that unification clash at some point, because that's the fight that every fight fan wants to see. So good luck, and then hopefully we get to speak to you very soon.
Thank you very much.
Josh Taylor, thank you very much.